Here we go. Okay, gang. Gang of 7 here. People who are here on time. A few more may come in at the end. You probably got my email about the walking meditation that will happen on Saturday, weather permitting. If it's super icy, we're not going to do it. If it's just a little icy, maybe we'll do it on the grass. It depends if there's a good way to do that, but there may not be. That was a great idea, Karen, but I'm not sure. But I'm going to send something out probably the morning of, early in the morning before. Any of you who are interested in the walking meditation that we're going to do, Patrick is in the lead. I'll send something out that morning to let us know if we're on or not. Okay. Anyone have any special things that they want tonight? Otherwise, we'll get going with ideas that I have, which is basically some hip stuff. Okay. No one's putting it in the chat. No one's putting it out there. Okay, here we go. Beginning on our backs tonight. On this very dark but beautiful autumn day. My gosh, the colors are just so gorgeous. Yeah, so come on your back. Let's see. Yeah, and just kind of spread it open. Open up your body, palms up, bring your arms away from your body. And your legs are open, your feet are apart, right? They're toed out. And then just let everything drop downward. All your weight. Any mental tension, just let it go right here. Yeah, now begin to feel your breath lift and lower your belly and your chest. Be aware of the lifting as you inhale and the dropping down of your body as you exhale. And with every out breath, with every exhale, let the body drop more deeply down toward the earth. Release your weight, release tension. Just kind of opening up the body, clearing it before we start our practice tonight. Soften your eyelids over your eyeballs. Eyes closed, and just slowly turn your head from right to left. Actually, turn it to the right first. And then keep it there to the right. Soften the shoulder beneath that right shoulder. Soften the left shoulder as well. And just feel the gentle stretch at the left side of your neck. Okay, just starting out, so we're starting out nice and easy. Slowly, as you roll your head to the other side, feel the place where your skull is touching the ground. Press into that just a little bit, not enough where the neck gets tense, but just a tiny bit. Then take your head all the way to the left. Stop when you're all the way over, as far as you'll go. Soften the shoulder beneath your chin, your left shoulder. And now your right. And just feel the gentle stretch at the right side of your neck here. Super gentle. We're starting out easy. Now take your head back to center. Back to center. Drop it. Take your legs closer together, about hip distance apart. Feet are parallel. Take your right knee up to your chest. Take your arms up. Intertwine your fingers. Press your palms down in your shin. Increase that nice deep crease at the bottom of your torso, top of your thigh. Draw your elbows in, push your shoulders away from your ears. Use all the energy you have in the upper arms to press down into that leg. Breathe deeply, massaging the ascending colon of the digestive system. And of course, you get that great opening in the right lower back. Slide your left hand down your leg until you can grab the top of your right ankle. Okay, pull that heel up towards your belly button. Take your right hand to your right inner thigh. Press the right knee out to the side. Nice rotation of the femur and the right hip. We're starting to go deeper, everyone, into that hip joint. Keep the right knee where it is. Release your right hand from it. Take your right hand next to your left hand. Okay, bend both elbows to bring that heel up some more. Press the right knee out some more. Okay, again, elbows are bent. You're using the upper arm muscles here. Squeeze the elbows close to the body. Soften the shoulders as much as you can. You're going to be using a little bit of the shoulder strength here, so they're not going to be completely passive. Now breathe into that right hip. Either keep your right hand over the right ankle or give yourself a yogi toe lock, wrapping the index finger and thumb of the right hand around your right big toe. Release the left arm out to a T position. Now slowly straighten that right leg out to your side, out to your side. We're moving into the groin, the right inner thigh. Now bend that right elbow, let the arm be weight to take the leg a little closer to the ground. It's an intense right inner stretch, right inner thigh stretch. Soften the shoulders, chin to the chest, breathe here. Now it's intense, okay, but just let it soften one breath at a time. Notice the change goes from being tight to looser, but still probably pretty warm, pretty on fire here. Draw the navel in, flex the right heel, release the right hand to the ground. Now you're in a full T pose with the right leg out to the side. Flex that heel and make some circles. Okay, feel the circles beginning actually in the hip at the top of that femur as it rotates. Nice. Pull your belly down. Reverse, opposite direction. Bend the knee, take it to center, chin to the chest. Okay, now flex your left heel and slowly lift it to the ceiling. That right leg is just hanging out. It's bent, it's just hanging out. Take that left leg up to the ceiling. Nice. Now straighten the right leg away from you, but don't let it touch the ground. Nice. Flex the left heel some more. Grab the back of that left leg, intertwine your fingers, bend the elbows to draw that leg closer to you. Push the right heel away from you. Now lift the face and the chest here. Hold this here. Pull the navel down and breathe. Switch legs. Exhale. Switch legs. Exhale. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Now listen, you're looking straight up at the ceiling. Okay, straight up. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Pull the upper back up a little more. All right, and the next time you bring the left leg toward you, bring your head to the ground. Bend the right knee. Take that foot to the ground. Bend the elbows out to the side and stretch the back of that left thigh by drawing the top of the thigh toward you. Straighten the right leg. Release the arms. Okay. Flex the left heel to the ceiling. Pull the navel down. And now make big circles on the ceiling with that left heel. Try to keep your hips as stable as possible and facing the ceiling. Okay, the movement comes in the hip. Okay, abdominals are helping this big time. Notice that. Reverse, circle in the other direction. And slowly bring that left leg to the ground. Soften everything up. Breathe here. Okay, so most of the opening we did on the right hip, but we're already starting on the left. You can almost feel, notice the difference between the hips, right? They're both warm, but the right one probably feels more warm. We worked on it more. All right, left knee comes to the chest. Bring the arms up, intertwine your fingers, place the palms on the shin, elbows out to the sides. Now press that shin down to drive the left thigh, the top of the left thigh into your left torso. Okay, feel the big crease at the thigh and the lower part of the torso. Squeeze a little more, press a little more. Now press the elbows in toward your body and press the shoulders away from your ears. Hold it here, breathe deeply. Big belly breath. Lower part of the, or excuse me, descending part of the colon here. Slide the right hand down till it finds the top of the left ankle. Left hand pushes the left knee out to the side, and there you get the rotation in your femur, left hip joint. Keep that knee where it is, that left knee. Take the left hand next to the right. Okay, take a good grip at the top of that ankle. Bend the elbows, bring the heel up toward the belly button a little closer. Press that knee out some more. Push the shoulders away from your ears. Breathe here. Release the right hand to a T position. The palm is up. You can either use your hand clasping at the top of the ankle like you have now, or at the shin, or give yourself a yogi toe lock on the left side this time. Thumb and index finger wrapped around the big toe. Now straighten that left leg out to the side as straight as you can get it. Nice. Now bend that left elbow and let the arm be a weight. Let the arm be a weight and let that left inner thigh release. A few nice deep belly breaths here. Okay, keep the leg where it's at, just release the arm, left arm down, palm up. Now you're in a full T pose, both arms are out. Flex the left heel, come on and flex it some more. Draw your belly button down. Now listen, if your hips have turned to the left a bit, which is very likely, get them so that the hip bones are facing the ceiling, even if that left leg comes up. Okay, now some circles here. Circles, let it happen from the left hip and inner thigh. Yeah, nice circles right here. Flex that heel. You're drawing some circles at the side here. Reverse. Bend that knee, take it back to center. Straighten that leg to the ceiling. Grab a hold of it from behind. Intertwine fingers. Bend your elbows. Here we go. Let's get the hamstrings. Okay, can you feel that? From the back of the knee all the way up to the left hip. All right, flex your right heel. Okay, and slowly lift it up to the ceiling. Okay, and oh gosh, I can't remember which leg we had. It doesn't matter. Actually, it doesn't matter. Take the left leg down again, but don't hit the ground. Bend your elbows a bit. Lift your head and your shoulders off the ground. And here we go. We're going to switch legs. Exhale. Every time that shin comes toward you, you just kind of grab the leg just to kind of pull it toward you gently, get a little more in the hamstrings. Head to the ground, right leg, bring it to the ground. Left heel, flex it to the ceiling. Bring your arms in a nice T position. Here we go. Let's make circles. Circles on the ceiling this time rather than to the side. Belly's pulled down, shoulders are relaxed. Yeah, just some nice circles here. Really push through a flexed heel, reverse. All right, and then bring that leg down to the ground. Let the feet splay open and just breathe into the hips. Right and left should be pretty much feeling the same now in terms of warmth and openness. Now take that warmth, let it spill down both your legs. Now let it fill up your feet. All right, both knees come to the chest. Take a hold of them, squeeze, open into a T position. Wrap the right leg over your left. Chin comes to the chest and slowly let the legs drop to the left. Feel the right glutes open over the right hip here. Feel the right side of the rib cage open and the right shoulder. Now soften the right elbow. Breathe here. Make it just a nice deep passive stretch. Nice lower spinal twist, as well as an opening in the hip. Bring your right arm up to the ceiling. Spread your fingers apart as much as possible and take a look at your fingers. Okay, notice this. Turn your hand so you can look at the top of your hand. Notice how, move one of your fingers, let's say the index finger. Okay, so there's that joint at the bottom, right, between the flat part of your hand and the finger. Now the second joint of that finger, okay, bend that one. That's your knuckle. Now at the very top, you can't move it that much, but there's a teeny tiny little joint under your fingernail, right? Just kind of go in circles. Look at that move. Now I want you to move all the fingers and each one of those three joints, right, of each finger, below it, middle of it, and under the nail. Yeah, just some nice kind of spidery movements. Nice. Now make a big fist. Push that fist up to the ceiling to release your arm bone, your upper arm bone a bit from the shoulder. Okay, now you've made space. Now you've made space. Keep that space in your shoulder. Keep that arm there. Just relax the hand. Open the fingers. Bring the arm slowly up and over the head. And then move it to the right. And then down toward the bottom of your mat. And then to the left, near that bent knee, and then overhead again. Okay, close your eyes. I want you to feel the circling of that arm bone in your right shoulder. And make it really soft, really, really nice and smooth. Other direction, reverse it. Yeah, just enjoy that opening in the shoulder here. Do another big circle. And then when that right arm comes to the right side of your body, put it in the nice position here to make a T pose with your spinal twist. Draw your navel in, suck it back toward your spine, squeeze the legs together till you feel both thighs light up, and then bring your legs back to center. Okay, uncross. Rock your hips side to side, open your lower back with this move, and then begin to rock your hips toward the bottom of your mat, right? To straighten your spine. We want to start with a straight, nice, straight, long spine before we twist. All right. All right. Left leg over the right. Shoulders are relaxed, chin is to the chest. Now you can slowly drop those legs to the right. Slowly, slowly, feel that left hip open. Feel the glutes get a big stretch over it as you do this.
And now drop those legs into the ground. Now you're at home. If you can't drop them into the ground, grab a pillow, grab a throw pillow, put it underneath, just so that this becomes a very passive stretch. You don't want to hold your legs up off the ground. Now bend the left elbow. All right, be aware of the left rib cage getting a nice opening, the left shoulder getting a nice opening, and the left hip. And of course, you've got that twist in your lower back. Bring the left arm up to the ceiling. Spread the fingers apart. You know about all those little knuckles now in your hands. Okay, start to move them. Just move them around. Feel your hand. Yeah, nice movements. All right, now make a fist and gently press that fist up to the ceiling. Feel the arm raise away from the shoulder. Keep the arm in that position. Soften and open your hand. Bring the arm overhead. And then to your right side. And then to your left side. And overhead. Okay, we're going to change this. Now bring it to the left. And then to the right. And overhead. I just wanted to start on that side because I did on the other, same side as the arm. All right, nice. It doesn't really matter, right? Because we're going to reverse this. Reverse. And then next time the left arm comes to the left side, you can let it drop into the floor. This time, squeeze the legs together first. Come on, more, as much as you can. You even will start to feel it move up into the left hip, some of that energy. Now draw your navel back, pick the legs back up to center, and release. Okay, side to side or little circular motions around the lower back here. Okay, cross at the ankles, flip your feet up to the ceiling, and then come to seated position. All right, coming to a nice seated position here. Take your fingertips to the ground and just lift one sitting bone at a time in order to really widen your base here, widen your foundation. Just feel as if you're widening it. Pull the navel back, keep the core engaged here, and then let it settle. Take the top of the palms to the inner thighs, drop the elbows down, straight down from the shoulders, chin to the chest here. Now grab just underneath your knees at the very tops of your shins. Pull the elbows back as much as you can and press the chest forward. I'm going to go forward to show you what I'm doing. It's really subtle. It's an isometric thing. So you're pressing back with your hands into the bottom of your shins, just below your knees. And at the same time, you're pushing your heart forward. Now try to get your elbows in towards your body, chin to the chest. Just a nice, especially a mid-back kind of stretch. Release that, take your fingertips to the ground in front of you and just begin to walk your fingertips forward as you take your torso toward the ground and open your lower back and your hips with this move. Okay, now when you get down as low as you can go, now I want you to bend your elbows round the back and drop your forehead toward the ground. Oh, now you've got your belly beneath you, and you can do some deep belly breaths here to open your lower back and hips. Try it. Oh, it even opens the mid back. Lift your head, straighten your arms, walk your hands back towards your body here. Okay, and take it into table pose. Okay, so spread those fingers apart.
Okay, make sure that your wrists are under your shoulders, shoulder width apart. Middle finger, make a line up to the top of your mat, and there you get your 2 T's. Okay, look back at the knees. They should be directly under the hips. Got your architecture right where you need it. Now scoop up the right arm. We're going to thread the needle. Take that hand out to the left side as you drop down into the right shoulder, lowering your head and releasing your weight. And of course, once you're down there, you're going to need to move your left hand because you want your left arm and left shoulder out of the way. You can even kind of just bring them up to the side of your body or just move that left hand somewhere. Now take some good breaths, drop into that shoulder. Those of you who want more, you can lift the left arm to the ceiling, catch raindrops with a flat palm toward the ceiling. And you can even put a bind in this with that left arm if that feels okay. And if you do bind, drop back into the shoulder right after that bind. And left palm to the ground to lift. Come back into your table pose. All right, left arm comes up. Let's get the left shoulder taken care of. Slide through, drop down. And rearrange that right hand so the right shoulder can relax. So all emphasis is on the left shoulder here, nothing else. Again, you can take that right arm up. You can even bind it or just keep it to the ground. Notice how the body resists, right? It kind of pulls up and away from the left shoulder when you first get down there. All right, let the body trust the pose and take more of the weight with each breath. Right hand into the mat and bring yourself back to table again. All right, feel the tops of your toes pressing into the mat. Press them, press them, press them into the mat. And notice when you do that, the belly, the abdominals kind of react. Pick up the belly with that. Now bend your elbows slightly back, send your heart forward, drop your belly, and lift your tail for cow pose. If you want more, press into the outer edges of your palms. Feel as if you're dragging your palms back towards your knees and at the same time pressing your heart forward in the opposite direction. Okay, that's going to light up the back for you some more. Curl your tail and round your back to the ceiling. Drop your tail to the ground, head to the ground, cat pose. All right, I want you to feel that nice domed, open feeling in your upper back here. Drop your head, release your neck. Okay, you want to fire this up some more? Now remember, these are just options. Press into the hands. Feel as if you're twisting the hands toward one another, but they're not moving. They're stuck in the mat. That's going to bow out your elbows a bit. And then you can open the lower back some more. Drop your head, release from the back of your neck. So when you first do this, the neck might kind of light up. You want to let it relax. Back into a cow pose here. And a cat. Exhale. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Back to table, curl your toes. Press your toe pads into the mat, kind of knead them into the mat. See, there's all those little joints in your toes too. Got to take care of those. Knead those toes into the mat. Nice, nice, nice. Now press them into the mat. Pull the belly and the hips back toward the heels. Nice, nice. Now press more deeply into the toes.
Drop the elbows to the ground. Just lift your head only enough where you can gaze at the very top of your mat. Now, press deeply into the hands and the elbows and the lower arms. Wherever they're touching the mat, press. Now, feel as if you're going to drag your hands toward the back of your mat, and at the same time, press your heart forward. We're getting that mid-back again, everyone. All right, release that internal work and come forward. Just glide your heart forward, lift it up, find yourself in cow pose. Back to table pose, and the top of the toes come into the mat again. Bring your left knee in just a couple inches. Send your right leg out, all the way out to the back. Now take that right leg out to the side. Okay, flex the heel and circle here. We're getting the hips again. Circle, circle, also getting the glutes, of course, which are right there with the hips. Healthy glutes for healthy hips, right? Okay, reverse. Lift it, bend the knee. Okay, listen up. What we're going to do is we're going to rotate that whole femur, that whole thigh bone in a big circle. So think about bringing the knee back and then down to the ground and then forward and up. So you're making really big circles with your knee, and you're going all the way down to the mat and bring it all the way back up again. Okay, so make a big circle. You're going to feel this. You're going to feel this in the hip. You may even feel it in the other hip, mostly in the right hip, but you may feel it a bit in the left. Reverse that circle. Slow, everyone, slow and controlled. We want to get a really strong hip here. Now keep the knee up in the air and take thigh to thigh, fire hydrants. Lift it up. Squeeze the thighs together, lift it up. Squeeze them together, lift it up. Squeeze, lift it together. And now bring that knee down. So that knee, that right knee, when you come from table pose, you bring it in towards center just a little bit, and then send the left leg out with the flexed heel. Okay? Check out if you're starting to kind of get blah, you know, and kind of get like, oh, the arms are getting kind of weak. You're not really pushing into the hands. Press into those hands. Keep this really nice and strong, everyone. Bring that left leg out to the side and make some circles with the heel. Flexing the heel, making circles. Left leg is lifted. Reverse those circles. Other direction. They're small circles. Bend the knee and go thigh to thigh, up and down. We're going to do that one first. Fire hydrants here. All right. One more fire hydrant. Lift the knee. Okay. Now, remember the big circles with the knee? First, you bring it down to the ground, up, toward the elbow, ground, toward the back and up. You know what? The best way to do this, I think, is to close your eyes and just feel the rotation in the hip, and then just kind of control it. Control it by feeling it move. Or if you don't like the focus on the hip, focus on the movement of the knee and where that is. Reverse. Okay? It's intense. Keep pushing into those hands. Don't collapse into your table. Keep it strong, strong base for this. And now bring the knee down. Okay, now let's stretch the glutes and the hip. Bring the right leg up, flex the heel. Swing it over to the left side, as far over as you can get it. Let the foot touch the ground, the toes. Toe pads are touching the ground on your left side. Okay, I better go this way in case you need to see. So what I did is I brought my leg out. We've done this before. Take it across, right? And then walk your paws just one step to the right. Now, as you push forward into the hands, slide back. Let those toes slide back and feel how you're coming down on your left hip. See how you're coming down, you're opening it up, and then just drop into it. Now listen, keep that right leg straight. Keep pushing into the right toe pads. The right leg never relaxes. Okay, it stays really strong and supportive. And then underneath you, you've got that left hip open and you've got those glutes nice and spread out. Breathe into the left hip. And lift this up. Walk your paws back to center. Swing that leg straight back. Bring the right knee down. Okay, now send the left leg out. It's a flexed heel. Now swing that leg all the way over to the right side, as far as you can get it, keeping the leg straight. Drop down onto the toe pads. There they are. Hold that leg in position. Walk your hands to the right just a little bit. And then as you push forward into the hands, those toes slide back and you begin to feel the right hip opening up beneath you. And you drop into it. And then those of you who can go really deep, you just really actually fall down toward the mat and into it. But again, keeping that left leg straight, open, pushing into those left toes. And lift it up. And bring it back to table pose. Okay, what do you say we get up? Curl your toes, lift the hips, and down dog. Okay, walk your dog. Bending one knee and the other knee, and kneading your feet into your mat. All right, spread your fingers apart. Use every part of your hands except the palms. The palms are kind of suctioning up, but outer edges of your pinkies, outer edges of your thumbs, okay? And then press into every finger. Now, press the hands forward as you draw your chest back. Release the neck. Bend your right knee and push your left heel back to open up the left calf muscles. Keep your belly lifted. Switch legs. Right heel presses back. Left knee bends. Look for the right calf muscles. Now tippy toes. Now bend the knees and bring them close to the mat, but not quite. So you're almost in this hovering table pose. Now back up, down dog. Okay, bring your left foot in towards center a bit. Bring your right leg up. Turn your hips to the right. Lift the right ankle to the ceiling a bit more. Press more firmly and deeply into your left hand to keep your left shoulder open. Press the right heel toward the left side of your mat just a bit, and now lift that leg up. Turn this so that your hips are facing the mat. And then glide forward, keeping that right leg lifted, and your shoulders are directly over your wrists. Keep your belly lifted. Now press back into a three-legged dog again. Now look forward toward the front of your mat. Take your right foot forward. between your hands and come into a nice lunge position. Knee is over your ankle. Shimmy those left toes back. Squeeze your left butt cheek. And now squeeze the thigh muscles on your left leg around your left thigh bone. Okay, keep that left leg super active. And now press more firmly into the right foot. Now straighten the right leg. Walk your hands back, fingertips stay forward. And now if you want to, you can bend your elbows back and drop your forehead toward your shin for a little extra. Bend the knee, walk the hands forward, drop your left knee into the mat, top of the right foot. Come to your fingertips to lift your torso, and now press your hips forward. Left hip flexor, everyone. Now press deeply into your right foot. As you straighten that leg, bring the right toes off the ground. Oh, look, you've got this right leg just beneath you here. Walk your hands back. And again, you bend at the elbows to drop some weight over that right leg. And now you're really hitting on the hamstrings, the back of your right thigh. Walk your hands forward again, step into the mat, curl the back toes, turn that back foot forward, turn that back foot out to the side and hop it forward a bit. And you may need to take the right foot to the side. Remember the different train tracks that your feet are on? Make sure they're on different tracks as you come up into Warrior One. I want you to feel your back leg. Press into the outer edge of that back left foot. Reach up with your fingertips. Pull your navel back. Take your hands in a Namaste Mudra overhead and take the mudra to your chest. Lift the elbows, and I want you to separate the fingers in this mudra and press the hands deeply together until you feel that across the chest. Okay, now rotate those fingertips toward you and press the wrists away from you. Now rotate the fingertips forward and bring the inner wrists toward you. There's a nice wrist release for you. Now bring it back in your regular mudra, fingertips up. Pull your navel back and turn your torso to the left. Now bring the mudra up and overhead. And now open the arms into Warrior Two, turning your head to look over your right middle finger. Reach out toward that drishti. Step into the right foot some more. Feel the right hip work. Drop the right arm inside of the leg. Press the leg into the arm and lift the left arm to the ceiling. Now, as you press that right arm into the right leg, that's going to enable you to twist the torso some more to the left, a little bit more forward. Rotate that left palm back. Bring that arm behind you to open the shoulder. And you know what, binders? You're right there. All you have to do is bend the elbow if you like to bind. Deep binders can even get the right arm underneath the leg. All right, deep binders, release the deep bind. Everyone, left arm comes up to the ceiling. Now slowly bring it over the ear and feel your left waist open with this movement. Rotate up to Warrior Two. And then right palm comes up and reverse warrior overhead. Now be aware of the right rib cage. You've got it fanned open here. Breathe into it. Feel it move with your breath. I mean, think about this. Rarely do you have your rib cage this open, right? Now you get to breathe into it. Really give those intercostal muscles some oxygen. Okay, back to warrior two. Now, swivel that right foot toward the edge of your mat so that you find yourself in a nice wide V position. Take your arms up so that you find yourself in a nice kind of X star position. And then bend from the hips. Come straight down. Straight down. Now, stop when you're halfway down. Take the right hand underneath your face to the ground, fingertips or palm. Bend your right leg and turn your torso to the left as your left arm comes up and over. All right, take the left hand to the ground. Bend your left knee. Bring the right arm up and twist here. Straighten both legs. Hands come to the ground. Walk your hands forward. Wide dog time. Come head between the arms. Press your heart back. Lift your hips. Glide forward. Now walk your hands back and just upside down. You can grab your feet, your ankles. Okay, now the emphasis is on really letting go of the spine. Just some nice traction, opening up space between your vertebrae. Really let go of the weight of your head. All right, palms into your shins, bringing the body up, parallel to the ground. Okay, now bring the arms to the sides again and lift up into that star pose again. Turn your right foot out to the front of your mat. Swing your hips forward, bring your arms up. Now you're in warrior one again, and that left foot turned in. Should have mentioned that. Come forward, and we're going to go in pigeon pose. So walk that foot over to the left side of your mat, knee toward the right. Send that left leg straight back. Remember to level the hips before you drop down into them. So in other words, you don't want one hip shifted way up more than the other. They should be more or less level and level to the ground. And slowly coming out of this one, curl those left toes, lift the knee, and bring the right leg back. Find your down dog again. Okay, take your right foot in. This time the left leg sweeps up, so three-legged dog with the right leg down. Flex the heel, lift a little higher. Press the chest back, press the hands forward, nice. Now turn your hips and open them to the left. Be aware of the left ankle as you lift it to the ceiling a bit more. Now send that leg back a bit more to the right. Behind you, yeah, now press more firmly into the right arm, right hand. Lift that ankle a little more. Turn your hips so they're facing the ground. Keep that left leg lifted and just glide your torso forward and stop when your shoulders are over your wrists. Now push up and back again, another three-legged dog. Now lift your head and look forward. Space between your hands is where you're going to bring your left foot. And you find yourself in a lunge position again. Knee is over the ankle. Shimmy those right toes back. Begin to squeeze the right glutes now. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now squeeze the thigh muscles around the thigh bone. Now press more deeply into your left foot. Keep that back leg nice and active. Now straighten the front leg for pyramid pose. Dropping your right heel back, walk your hands back, fingertips forward. Okay, I want you to just be aware how nice and open the hamstrings are beneath your torso, beneath the left side of your torso, from the left knee up to the left hip. Feel that? If you want more, you bend your elbows back. You begin to drop weight into that with your torso. Bending the knee, coming forward again. Drop the right knee to the ground, top of the right foot to the ground. Come up to the fingertips to straighten the torso, and then just press your hips forward. They're probably not even going to really physically move forward. You just think about pressing them forward. If they do move, it's a few millimeters. But where you feel this is in the right front part of your hip flexor area. Okay, now straighten that left leg and get the left toes off the ground. They're pointing up to the ceiling now. Fan them out, spread those toes out. And now you get really a good feeling in the back of the leg. You can walk your hands back and bend your elbows to put some weight into this one too if you want to add more. And come forward again. Knees over the ankle, curl those back toes, lift the knee, send that right foot out a bit, and maybe the left foot scooches over to the left side of your mat. And warrior one. Okay, so remember, once you get up here, main thing is you want your hips to be facing forward. So you just have to rearrange that back foot. However, in order to get hips forward, hands in Namaste Mudra overhead, spread the fingertips apart, bring the mudra down. Okay, we've already done our wrists. We're not going to do it with this one. Make sure your left knee stays over your left ankle or behind it as you turn your torso to the right. Okay, and then now you open the arms to the side, turn your head and look over that left middle finger, and you're in warrior two. And now you can reach your heart out to your drishti and feel that left inner thigh work, work, work here. Drop the arm to the inside of the leg, press them into one another. Draw the right arm up to the ceiling. Press that arm into the leg beneath you a bit so you can turn the torso a little bit more. Use that. Now turn the palm back. Feel the arm bone rotate in your shoulder. And now keep that nice rotation in that opening in the shoulder and just draw the arm back. And then, of course, you can bend the elbow if you're a binder, have the top of that hand find the back body, maybe even bind more deeply with that front arm. Okay, release the binders. Everyone slowly bring that right arm over the right ear. Feel the right waist open up. And then cartwheel it up to a warrior two. Rotate the left palm up. Bring that palm up and over and reverse your warrior. Okay, left rib cage, you got it open. Breathe into it, access to it right here. Now back to warrior two and warrior one. And reach forward. We're coming into pigeon pose here. Remember to lift the back heel and turn those back toes forward. And then scooch that front foot to the right side of your mat. Straight back with the right leg and drop down. And coming out, curling the back toes up, lifting the torso, palms into your mat. Lift that right knee off the ground. Squeeze your right butt cheek. Lift your hips. Left foot comes back. And we're in a nice plank pose here. Press the heels back. Lift the belly. Push deeply into the hands. Feel it in the chest and the upper arms. Now lift your hips. Walk your feet to the center of your mat. And come into a nice forward fold, just bending upside down here. So your knees can be a little bent. That's okay. In fact, if you bend your knees, you kind of get the hamstrings out of the way. If you straighten your legs, sometimes you can't come down as much because the hamstrings are tighter. Either way, though. Monkey pose is you press into the shins, send your heart forward, lift that belly. Sliding back down into a standing fold, bend the knees, drop your head, swing your arms back, bring them forward and lift. Okay, turn your left palm out, bring that arm slowly down to the side of your body. Lift your right arm some more, bend the elbow, take the side of your head, soften both shoulders, let them drop. Now press into the side of your head to take the right ear toward the right shoulder. We're going deeper into the neck now. You may even feel it migrate into the upper back. Okay, so, and then you can always look for your hot spots, moving the head just a little bit till you find just that spot that's the most tense. Stay there, breathe. And release. Bring the right arm up to the ceiling, left arm up to the ceiling. Turn the right palm out to the side, bring that arm down. Reach up with your fingertips. Release both shoulders. Bend the elbow, take the side of your head. Release the shoulders again, soften them up. And then take the left ear toward the left shoulder. So necks can be pretty, pretty sticky, pretty hanging on to that stuff. Just be patient. You're not going to get all the way through the next stuff, right? At least I don't. I never come out feeling like I have zero, tension after doing this when I really feel that. But, you're just kind of opening it up a little bit. And then just let everything get really soft. Don't resist. And then release. Bring both arms up. Inhale. Swan dive forward, exhale, forward fold again, monkey again, and a fold again. Bend the knees, swing the arms back, inhale, bring it up. Okay, listen, we're going to start all over. We're going to do a waterfall, but add on. I think we've done this before. I know I've done it with my in-person. So what we're going to do is first waterfall down, bend the knees, and up. Now, exhale and bring the arms out to the side. Inhale up and down and up to the side. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale to the side, up. Last one, bring it down.
Oh, yeah. You might want to separate your feet a little more, whatever feels comfy. Bend your elbows, just gently clasp elbows with opposite hands just to put a little more weight on this. Bring yourself down a little more. Oh, yeah. Relax the neck. And then, of course, you can rock those elbows side to side like the trunk of an elephant here. Yeah, not much, just a little. Unless you like more. But remember, it's a release. And then drop the arms. And we're going to slowly roll up, letting the arms dangle, coming up.
And palms facing forward. Shoulders up to the ears, and then in back. Oh, squeeze those wing bones together. Squeeze them together, and now press them down and deep into your back body. Arms come up and overhead, another mudra at your crown. And then bring the mudra to your heart. All right. Okay, let's release it. Belly down. And feet are toed in. Elbows are bent to the sides. Palms are stacked so you can rest your head on your top palm. All right, so listen up. Your head is attached to the top of your hands. It's glued there, okay? Lift your arms off the ground. Head is attached. Lift your right leg off the ground. I want you to feel this coming from the hip. So the leg is really heavy and soft. Now your left leg, it's heavy and soft. Hips are doing all the work. Lift the legs a little higher. Bring the arms out to the side like a T pose, but with the palms facing down. Now flip the palms up, lift a little higher. Now bring the arms really close to your body, pull them back. Got a locust pose here. Now look straight down at the mat. Bring your arms out to the sides, flip the palms to the ground, legs are still lifted. Bend the elbows, stack the palms, glue your forehead to the palms again, bring this whole thing down. Total release. All right, getting ready for cobra pose. We've got our palms into the mat, chest level. Feet are toed in, legs hip distance or closer. Lift your pubic bone, roll it up towards your belly button, hold it there. You're using your lower abdominals. Lower back is releasing. Now gently let it come back down to your mat. Ready to go here? Recruit those back muscles to peel your body off the mat. Press into the hands as little as possible. And then you've got your cobra pose. And for those of you who like to lift it into a back bend, go for it. And then when you're coming back down and you feel your front body meet the mat again, take your hands away from the mat, like soften them up to use those back muscles instead. Forehead touches the mat. Come up one more time. And then slowly bringing it back down. Forehead kisses the mat. Turn your head to one side. Flip your palms up, arms to the side with bent elbows. You can open your legs if you want. Keep your feet toed in though. And just rest into that cheekbone.
Okay, so most of us have one side we like to move our head when we're facing down like this more than the other. The neck feels more comfortable one way versus another. So if you have that, don't fret about it. That's normal. But just try to relax into that cheekbone as much as you can, softening your neck. And then very slowly turn your head to the other side and rest into the opposite cheekbone. Now bring your head back to center. Palms chest level, and pick yourself up for table pose. Okay, now listen, instead of going straight back into table, I might be a little, I don't know what I'm trying to do. Well, I'll put these light, I might be a little dark already. There we go. Okay, so instead of coming back into a regular child's pose, let's just kind of open the hips some more. So lift your belly. So you start with table pose. Lift your belly. Now, send your right hip back and over to the right as much as possible. Almost like you're going for the right back corner of your mat. Yeah, way over, way over. Nice. Now bring it back up to table. Now we're going to do the same with the left. Lift your belly, left hip way back toward the left back corner. Nice. And now back to center. One more time to the right. Okay, but stay here, stay back. We're not going to come up here. To the right, to the right. Now just switch it to the left side when you're back here. Left hip, switch it all over to the left. Now to the right. So you're just kind of swinging your hips from side to side back there. Left and right. You really work the hips a lot. I want to open them up here. All right, now come up to a table. Okay, and then now we're going to come back into child's pose. So tuck your tail under just a bit. And then slow, luxurious, pulling down into your child's pose. Taking your time. All right, then taking a few breaths there and getting ready for Shavasana. Flipping your body over and opening it up. Arms, legs, chin to the chest. All right, just letting your body settle. Just letting relaxation take over your body. Also feeling how the mind body is relaxing as well. So even though you have thoughts, that come into your awareness, just kind of everything's just a little gentler. They're not thrown at you quite as fast and hard as usual. So feel where the back of your head is touching the ground, or if you have a pillow supporting your back, your neck or your back of your head, feeling that, and just really allowing your head to get really, really heavy and your neck muscles to relax. And then let the jaw relax. Tongue at the bottom of your mouth, let that relax. The roof of your mouth. Feel the lip soften over your teeth. Feel the skin of your face soften. All the muscles of your face. Notice the feeling of the eyelids over your eyeballs. Okay, just let the eyelids really get nice and soft. And let that feeling of softness penetrate into your eyeballs. They rest in your sockets. Forehead relaxed, eyebrows, space between your eyebrows, your temples, your entire scalp. Now notice the rise and the fall of your belly as you breathe. And as your belly softens more with each breath, feel the warmth in your belly, the ease in your belly. Feel the warmth just beneath your navel. And take that warmth down into the hips and into your lower torso, your groin, at your pubic bone, inner thighs. Feel the calf muscles. Relax them into the ground. Notice the soles of your feet. How do they feel? Take that nice feeling at the soles of your feet, bring it into your toes and the tops of your feet. Now feel the rise and the fall of your chest as you breathe, and a deep softness at your heart center. Allow the shoulders to relax and your upper back, your arms. And notice the feeling at the palms of your hands. Take that feeling into your fingers and into the tops of your hands. And now be aware of your body. Your entire body is one relaxed breathing, effortless breathing. Don't control it. Just let the breath move in and out of your body naturally. Simply observe your body breathing. You'll notice your inner peace. Let that inner peace grow. Just let it fill your body, fill your heart. Let it fill your mind. And in your Shavasana practice tonight, if you'd like to put a prayer, an intention, or a sankalpa here, you can do that now. Next exhale, release it, let it go. And again, observing your body, simply breathing, inner peace flowing, deep, deep relaxation, body and mind. And very slowly making your transition from Shavasana. And then when you're ready, roll to one side, resting on a bicep, knees tucked up toward your chest. No hurry. And then very slowly, deliberately, one little move at a time, bring yourself to seated pose. All right, and once you're in seated pose, arms open wide, heart wide open. Inhale, take your mudra overhead, draw it down to your heart. Exhale, namaste. Okay, thank you everyone. Feels wonderful to be back.
Thank you, Laura. So good to see you again.
It's great. Great to see you virtually. Okay, so I will see you all next week. There's no break now until, the end of the year here. So yeah, that's it. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.